It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Oakland as the Warriors go up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, playing above 500 in the last few weeks, not bad. They'd like to do better. We'll see if they can add a win tonight. Guys, we know about the accolades Steph Curry has received as a player, the MVPs, becoming one of the most widely recognized faces in the NBA. But you have to credit him for just how far he's come since he came into the league, Shaq.
You know what? One of the hardest workers in the game, improves on something every season, and Ernie added a new shimmy to his game after he hits big shots. The little shimmy, Ernie.
You know
I'm
what?
telling you now.
I like the shimmy, Shaq, but I think he came in as a shooter, Ernie, and then all of a sudden now he's become more of an all-around player. But I think the biggest improvement is his body. He's now, at one time, was thought of as injury-prone, and now not at all, because I think that's the work ethic that he has in the summertime.
Can you do the shimmy, Shaq?
Do it with me, Ernie. Oh, nice,
hey,
Ernie. Nice, Ernie.
You know what?
It's like driving a bus, Ernie. It's like driving a bus.
And you know, Kenny,
What's
he
that?
makes, Curry?
What?
He makes it look
Effortless.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome, everyone, to the Golden State, Oakland, California, the home of the Warriors as they prepare for an Eastern Conference opponent right here. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. This game marks the end of a road trip for Chicago. They're looking to snag one here before heading back home. Challenging part of the schedule, and this is where they need to buckle down and take care of business.
And, for the Bulls, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Man, they have to find a way to get better and not just be a mid-level team. Whether they get things together and accomplish this remains to be seen.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin, Klay Thompson continues to be happy with his role on the Warriors. He said winning is so much fun. It's one thing to put up numbers, and it's another to sacrifice and be on the best team in the NBA. I'll take the latter every time. At the end of the day, people are going to remember championships. That's what it's all about. And that's absolutely right. Kevin?
Thanks, David. That's the mindset you have to have. In the end, winning titles should be the ultimate goal. And two very gifted offensive teams, Chris, playing tonight. Fun to watch them go back and forth.
Hey, games like this, though, you got to be careful because you can get lulled into a shootout at any time, and that takes your focus off of doing the little things, paying attention to detail. That's your success. Don't get caught up, or this could be a big run really fast.
Boys, nice and high.
And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. Now let's take a look at the Bulls opening lineup. Mirotić at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. Then there's Grant, then it's Zach LaVine, and it's Holiday in at the 2 guard. Now here's Lopez, here's Mirotić, goes back up, and it's Lopez laying it in. Lopez has got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Bulls. On defense, the Bulls, they're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
Yeah, interconference matchup, two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
And that makes it interesting. They don't know each other all that well, so we should see a lot of in-game adjustments.
Pachulia, no luck. Outside, LaVine. He feeds it to Lopez. Over Green. Goes back up. And Lopez with the nice bucket inside.
Oh, well, Lopez is terrific on the offensive glass. I love seeing him use his long arms to haul in the boards.
On the wing, Thompson. The dish to Pachulia. Back to Thompson. Over Levine. The shot by Thompson, no good.
Not quite airtight defense right there, but his release was a little bit off on the jump.
Grant the pass to Mirotic. Holiday with the three. It's rebounded by Golden State. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, they allow way too many easy buckets. I thought they lacked toughness and energy all night.
For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Mirotic, a screen on Green. And Holiday kicks to Grant. Feeds it to Levine. Grant sets a screen for Levine. Shot clock at 6. The Bulls need to get a shot off here.
He doesn't get the block, but the physicality of Draymond Green helping to affect the shot.
Unable to get that one. They get the rebound. Second chance shot. Thompson misses.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And Holiday kicks to Levine. Lopez, a screen on Durant. Off the screen. That one goes. Count it. Levine's got his first 2 points of the night.
You see Lopez give his body up right there? Well, that's because he takes pride in setting good, hard screens to free up his guys.
Here's Durant. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle, but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season.
And he knocks down the first one.
Oh, man, and the little shoulder shrug at the line. Keeping that shooting arm loose. Durant's game is so fluid. So fluid. You see why he's been compared to the Iceman, George Gervin.
And so Durant nails them both.
Now, look, we all know how great Durant is on offense, but in my opinion, he was one of the best two-way players in the league last year. Something that he's improved upon over his career. Took it to the next level last season.
And he'll take that. The nice, easy mid-range jumper, first bucket of the day.
That's all you want, is a good shot to get yourself in a rhythm. For him, he's going to want a lot more than that to come.
Now, here's Green. 14 points from him the last game against Oklahoma City. Comes up empty down low. And Chris, as you said, Durant playing fantastic defense that often gets forgotten. He was able to act as a rim protector for the Warriors with his ability to change shots, alter shots in that lane.
Well, Durant had a career high in blocks last season, and it was easy to see why. One, because of the system. Two, because of the players you have around you. But it's not just the blocks. He played an all-around great defense last year.
On the wing, Thompson, all alone. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Recognizing the defensive imbalance, Curry quickly locates the open man.
Here's Mirotic, the dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. And it goes on Draymond Green.
And when Mirotic first came over to the NBA, he made a big splash, showed that he can act as that stretch four and contribute. Unfortunately, he just hasn't evolved as a player since that rookie year.
And that one falls for Mirotic. And for Mirotic, a lot of his lack, Greg, of progression as a player has come from inconsistency.
And you can see it in his field goal percentage as well as when he plays. It needs to find more consistency in every facet of the game. But young enough, I think, to still make that happen.
The Bulls leading by 7. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Misses with the tough leaning jump shot. Here's Green. Here's Pachulia. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Oh, tough effort right there on the glass. Those second chance points can pay off in a big way.
Grant kicks to Mirotic. Inside. Takes the turnaround Jay. And Holiday with the basket on the assist from Mirotic.
How much do you love to see the turnaround?
Curry against Grant. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Well, Lopez is out there to set the tone defensively. I mean, he's a wily, strong defender who sends shots back with authority.
Pachulia, he can't get it to go. Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against the Jazz in Salt Lake City.
Really an intimidating style of defense. I mean, they challenged everything at the rim, and that led them to victory.
That was a big-time block party. Even several shots they didn't even get a hand on were effective.
Here's Curry after the made shot from Zach LaVine. Pachulia dishes to Durant. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Durant knows he has the size to battle with anyone down low and just goes right up to the finish.
Grant outside. Holiday against Durant. Holiday, the pass to Lopez. Now here's LaVine. Guarded closer. Again, LaVine missing. Warriors trail by 7. Here's Green. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. As competitive a guy as Draymond Green is, sometimes he can get in his own way. There's no doubt about that. Not entirely his fault. But calls don't seem to fall in his favor a lot because he is so physical, and perhaps, Chris, because of his reputation. We don't even need to go into his natural shooting motion.
Yeah, you mean with the leg? But, I mean, but with Draymond, that just comes with the territory. He presses buttons of refs and opposing players, and sometimes with the fans. I mean, yeah, he'll lose out on calls, but at the end of the day, he's a guy that everybody in the league hates, but will want on their team.
Free throw good, Green.
With the immense effect Green has had on winning games in this league, it still boggles the mind that he lasted that late. I mean, the 35th pick in the 2012 draft.
Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Thompson. And a change for the Bulls. Portis is checked in. And both free throws good for Green. And Chris, the team you spent the most time with in your career, the Sacramento Kings, what was it like playing in a smaller market? And do you think that's changed for star players today?
You know, I love playing for the city of Sacramento and the fans. Because we were a small market, I think we had some of the most passionate fans that I've ever seen in the NBA. But it was also tough, especially playing on the West Coast. You're the second of the late game. On the East Coast, many people don't see you. You don't have necessarily the support of everyone else because you're not in the largest city. So it definitely could be tough. But when you're playing a team like the Lakers or you're playing other Goliaths, you love it and you embrace that small David type aspect. And so I do think it's changed because of social media. I do think it's changed because of the internet and specifically the apps that you can now go into the locker room before and after the game. You can get a guy's thoughts right after he made a big shot or missed a big shot. And so I think if you would have had those tools, maybe it'll be different. But I think now definitely it really doesn't matter what market you play in. I mean, we were a small market at that time, but look, since it's been the OKCs and other teams that kind of have made everybody excited about basketball. So I don't think market plays that big of a part as far as your exposure and how much fans get to see you anymore.
Good overview. He's perfect from the line this time.
And for the last few seasons, we've seen where Andre Iguodala's role on offense has diminished. You know, he still contributes, but tends to defer a bit more there. And one thing you can say, though, defensively still at an elite level in terms of his versatility.
Now here's Valentine. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, because you're spread out. It could be difficult to contest these shots, but not for him.
Here's Livingston. He averages a bit over 6 points a game, and he gets it to go. Perhaps, Greg, the biggest asset Iguodala brings to a team is his ability to defend.
I mean, he just has great timing for when to go for the steal. I mean, he can still move his feet well and can guard anybody, but the versatility to guard point guards to power forwards is something that makes him special.
Over in the corner, Livingston. Pass to West. Screen by Young. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. West has got his first basket of the night.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Portis kicks to Dunn. They set the pick. Lopez, no luck.
He loses concentration at the moment of truth and blows the layup.
Livingston dishes to Young. Passes it to McGee. Over in the corner, Livingston. Golden State moving it around. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Chicago leading. Dunn with it. His last outing, he had 8 points. He dishes it to Lopez. He kicks to Valentine. From past the arc. But they recover it. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That's his first foul. Bulls making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. Now here's Dunn. He's covered by Livingston. Dunn's shot's good.
And the explosion to the hoop. Dunn finishing in style.
Iguodala outside. Kicks it to Young. McGee a screen. Just 5 to shoot. Over in the corner, Livingston. The 19-foot shot. Young's shot is off. Chicago leading by 3. To the left wing. And the pass to Portis. To the wing right side. This is to Markkanen. They grab their own miss, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And remember, at 7 feet tall, Markkanen is tough to keep off the board, solid at tracking down misses on that offensive glass.
Now, here is Young. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. In the corner, Iguodala with it. And it's Iguodala with the jam.
Oh, the quick jump of Iguodala. Easy money.
And for the Bulls, they're shooting 45% from the field early. .156 left to play in the first. Now, Valentine. Pass to Markkanen. The 3. It's rebounded by West. Warriors trail by 3. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure. Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Young with the steal. Iguodala kicks to McGee, and the slam dunk by McGee.
Oh, and with the fast eyes, Iguodala finding the open man.
And here are the Bulls now. Pass to Mwaba. Here's Portis. There's a good screen. And there's the feed to Valentine. Mwaba kicks to Dunn. To the paint. Here's Markkanen. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Bulls lead by 3.
Hey, look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block and imposes his will.
McGee a screen. Iguodala kicks to Young. He feeds it to McGee. Stolen by Markkanen. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Here's Mwaba. Good defensive work there by Young.
That's how you protect the rim. Stand your ground and make him alter his release.
We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first. Iguodala, that's a two-pointer. The shot's good on the assist by West. And that's now 6 points for Iguodala. Now, here's Dunn. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Valentine, and the three ball is good. Valentine's got 5 now.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
And that does it for the first quarter. Bulls lead by 4. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And Kevin Durant, always in the gym, always working to improve. We asked him where that inspiration and passion originated.
Comes from me being 8 years old and me just saying I want to be the best player. You know, first off, at 8 years old, you want to be the best player in your neighborhood, and that's where it comes from. Just always want to be the best, and no matter where I'm playing at. And if I keep working each and every year, I've gotten better. You know, if I continue to just keep working, I've seen improvements.
Year-by-year improvements until he became the best player in the league and won an MVP. Now, that first NBA championship.
Right, Kevin. I mean, he's definitely proven in terms of the talent, the skill, and athleticism, and that competitive spirit to be considered still among the very best.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Oh, yeah, this is how they squeezed out extra possessions and captured the early lead.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Livingston is out there with Young. And there's Iguodala. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's West in at the 4.
You know, the Warriors, this team has one of the most potent offenses ever. Now, a big part of why that is so is because of their passing, their ball movement, their cutting. Everyone on this team can set someone up for an easy finish.
Free throw, no good. And with the Warriors, their ball movement, Chris, and cuts are the key to this offense, as you were talking about. You could see it the last few seasons with their astronomical assist numbers as a team.
Yeah, it seems like every basket they make, Kevin, come off an assist. I mean, every guy buys into looking for that extra pass. It's a very smart and flexible offense, and it results in some beautiful basketball.
And, Chris, we often talk about what makes a good coach or a good player, but to change it up a bit, what do you think is an aspect of being a good general manager in the NBA?
I think being a good manager is about a couple of things. Knowing how to manipulate and deal with the salary cap so that you can bring the best players around each other, but the skill sets have to fit. Best players aren't just what a guy has done in the past or how many points he scored or how many records that he's broken. It's about, does his skill set fit with another player? So you don't want two guys that are ball handlers on the same team, or you don't want two guys that need a ball handler to facilitate, and therefore you don't have anyone to penetrate. So someone that knows how to weave and interject different skill sets that will complement each other, I think is the type of GM that is successful in this league.
Sometimes easier said than done, though, right?
I think most times easier said than done, because a lot of GMs have some great ideas, but they need someone else to help in that trade or a player that's willing. And so, you know, you have a lot of moving factors right there.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. Ron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, a jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall. and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. DA, thank you.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
And he can't get the first one.
And for many years, the Chicago Bulls were viewed as a model franchise, always were competitive and in the hunt for a title, but this current version just can't escape turmoil from within.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Green comes in for David West. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Stephen Curry in for Sean Livingston. And the Bulls finally committing, Greg, to a full rebuild this last offseason.
Yeah, and trading Butler was the start of it. I mean, they got some young players to build around and a pick, and it won't be an easy road ahead, but one they felt they needed to make.
You know what? Teams are 100% focused on Steph defensively, yet he still creates space beyond the arc.
Grant the pass to Mirotic. There's the dish to Levine. Markkanen sets the pick for Mirotic. Just 5 to shoot. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Over Levine. The kick out to Young. Now here's Pachulia. Defense is right there. From deep, Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And it's a 5-point Warrior lead.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Outside Holiday drills the three-pointer. Holiday's got 7 points in the game.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defense is adjusted.
Now, here is Young. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. And the shot goes in. Bulls trail by 4. Mirotic, a screen on Young. Levine kicks to Grant. Outside Holiday. Green with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Golden State moving the ball around to the inside. Thompson gets deflected.
And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
That's just poor defense. Matching up in transition, left a good shooter wide open.
And here is Curry after the three-pointer from Zach LaVine. Curry dishes to Young. Grant against Curry. Shot clock at 5. And Thompson gets it to go.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Bean passes to Grant. Mirotic the screen. Grant kicks to Holiday. It's stolen by Green. Curry on the wing. He's covered by Grant. And it's blocked by Mirotic. Holiday against Young. The shot by Markkanen. Nobody around. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Markkanen's got the game tied up here for Chicago. Curry dishes to Pachulia. Green the screen. A shot by Thompson and no one's around. And another 3 for Golden State.
And you know what? And it's just the feel that Thompson has, using the screen to his full advantage.
Feeds to Levine over Thompson. Levine can't hit.
That's a shot that will drive his teammates crazy. There's just no reason to take it. He should have kicked it back out and reset the offense.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Nikola Mirotic. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Kevin Durant's checked in for Nick Young. And the Bulls making a change also. Lopez, he's checked in for Markkanen. Here's Curry. They kick it out to Green. There's the 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Green's got 8 points.
He played a very solid first quarter. Now he's taking it up a notch here in the second.
Holiday, the pass to Grant. Here's Mirotic. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Outside Curry. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field. And some players, you just kind of know that they'll end up in coaching. Just the way they approach the game and go about themselves. Chris, having played Hoiberg during your career, did you ever see him becoming a head coach?
Well, it's not as easy to tell your opponents versus your teammates. Didn't have a really close relationship with him. Didn't know his expectations. Never played with him. So, no, I never saw it coming.
The Warriors have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
Mind the lane. Mind the lane. One shot.
That's good from Durant. And the Warriors dominant last season again, not only because, Greg, of their offense, but because of their defense. One of the best in the NBA, and they're just so active on that end of the floor.
No doubt about it. And you know what? Credit their personnel, because it allows them so much more flexibility defensively. And even when they go small, they have excellent rim protection. They're a physical bunch. I just don't think they get enough credit for their rebounding. One of the better teams in our league.
And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Bulls.
And they've pretty much ignored the corner 3 tonight. It's a useful shot to have. It really forces the D out wide and opens things up in the middle.
Durant against Levine. Mirotic, a screen on Green. Grant outside. 6 on the shot clock. Can they get it? Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Mirotic.
Look at that fast release of Mirotic. Just remarkable as a big fella. As soon as the ball arrives, he's prepared to let it go.
And Thompson kicks to Durant. The screen from Thompson. Shot off the pick. Again, Golden State.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And here's Holiday. 7 points in the game. To the paint. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry.
And a moment now to see some numbers for Stephen Curry. 13th in three-point field goal percentage, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And no one's been able to guard him out there. Defender's been trying to get physical with him, but time and time again, he just shrugs him off and drills it. Now, here's Grant. 9 points last game. Here's Mirotic.
Look, it would be a huge boost for them if he could start knocking these down.
Grant dishes to Mirotic.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Out to Thompson, over Levine, and it's Thompson that time on the assist by Durant. Thompson's got 9.
Well, he was off in the first, but he found a way to get his shot going here in the second.
Here's Grant. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Offensive rebound, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Now, Mirotic, he has a skill set perfectly tailored for today's game. A big man who can shoot. It's exciting to watch him evolve.
And Mirotic, a player who hasn't made quite the jump in development that, Chris, I think his team was open for.
Yeah, Mirotic fans might have their expectations dampened a bit, but he's still a good player. He has one of the best pump fakes in the game because his shot is so good, but no idea how defenders keep falling for his pump fake. I mean, he uses it all the time.
That one is off. And you look at the level of talent in the NBA now, some great players. But we've heard others say the league is watered down. How do you view that statement?
Well, I don't think you can compare eras. I think it's great to argue and have fun with them and debate them, but, you know, very sincerely, unless someone can play against each other, it's just a wasted argument. There's different eras, there's different rules. Think about how many threes Larry Bird shot per game. 1.5, 2. What if he could let it fly 10 times a game? We'd be talking about a different player there. So I think times, eras, the physical play of the 80s, of the 90s, I just know that players will handle it differently. Hand checking, the way that we call flagrant 1 fouls. It's a different league, and so I just choose to celebrate the players that we have now. They're the evolution in my mind. They're kind of the culmination of all the players that have come before them. So I just enjoy the game the way it is now.
And Levine, here we go.
And I don't know if there's anybody who can match Levine when it comes to the art of the dunk. He is a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Now here's Livingston. He's guarded closer.
Look, if you let Sean Livingston get to the free throw line and in, I mean, you might as well just be a layup. He has become lights out with that nice turnaround jumper from that range. Hand in his face, doesn't matter.
And Livingston is incredibly lethal from that mid-range spot. He's perfected it, especially, Chris, since he likes to drag the smaller guards down to that range.
Oh, yeah. Livingston knows where his spots are on the floor, and he goes right to them. It's a big reason why his shooting percentage is high for a point guard. He's just a very smart player who knows how to make the most of his game.
First free throw is good. And Chris, I know you've been executive producing and hosting various TV shows. You had a great NBA career, obviously, and it seems like you continue to find success. How's that been for you?
Well, I try to take the same lessons I learned in sports. You know, when I first got to Golden State, the first man I searched out was Chris Mullin and found out all of his habits and stole all of his knowledge, and I tried to take that and move forward, and I try to do the same in other areas. I try to work with the best. I try to learn, work hard, work my way up the rookie ladder and see what happens. And so I just align myself with some really great people, some wonderful thinkers and hard workers, and hopefully it'll continue to have fun like I am doing. So it's been a great ride.
You're always learning, right? You never stop learning.
Man, come on. It's not just about a school or a class or one mentor. It's about everyday learning so that you can kind of learn and put people's knowledge with your unique sense of self and make it work. Why not learn on someone else's dime? Why go through life making mistakes when other people can kind of let you know, wait, I did this, you want to think about that, and kind of just put your own playbook together.
Mm-hmm. Here's Valentine. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Rebounded by McGee.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Livingston with it. Iguodala, that's a two-pointer, and it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston. 12 points for Andre Iguodala.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
There's a screen. Here's Valentine. The Bulls get it back in a new 24. Passes it to Nwaba. He dishes it to Dunn. And it's Lopez at the elbow. Down low. Valentine kicks to Dunn. Off target with his three. Warriors leading by 16. Durant in the corner. Lets it go with a three. It's hauled in by Dunn. And Chicago shooting not great, 40% for the game. He kicks it to Lopez. Now here's Valentine, defended by Durant. Here's Portis, and the Bulls with another miss. Golden State's gotten hot from three-point land in the second quarter, going 4 of 5 from downtown. Takes a three. Warriors the rebound. West outside. Golden State moving the ball around. Stolen. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Lopez left side to the left side wing. Valentine passes to Lopez. Clock at 6. Dunn misses.
He finds a major hole in the D beyond the arc and still can't cash in on it.
Livingston, no luck. Bulls trail by 16. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Now Dunn. Lopez a screen. Dunn kicks to Valentine. Off the mark, and the drought continues. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their defense has been active and effective. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Draymond, a strong first half offensively for the team. What are you doing right?
I mean, we're just letting them show us what's open. You know, you got to just make sure we stay patient on the offensive end and let them tell us what play to make, where the open man is. We've been doing a great job of that. We've got to keep it up in the second half.
Yeah, the defense leads you to the open man. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, they were completely in rhythm shooting the basketball. Just watching the flow of their offense, everything clicked into place. Fantastic shot selection. They took advantage of everything the defense gave them.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
They relied way too heavily on the three-point shot in the first half. Their long-range game was off. That's my off sound, Ernie. They were off, but they still settled for the outside shots. They got to put more pressure on the defense by pounding it inside and attacking the basket.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Welcome back to the Bay Area, everyone, as we take a peek at Coit Tower with the skyline of gorgeous San Francisco just behind. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, when you're trying to check a guy like that, you have to move your feet laterally, defensively. That didn't happen.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Tipping off the second half, here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. Mirotic at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. Then there's Grant, then it's Zach LaVine, and it's Holiday in at the shooting guard position.
The defense recognizing the situation and getting right in his face once he got close to the bucket.
LaVine dishes to Grant. Outside Holiday. And Mirotic kicks to Grant. Mirotic the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. LaVine wide open from outside off the mark. Warriors leading by 16. Curry kicks to Thompson. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Thompson's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Warriors. Grant with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. LaVine can't hit.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
No, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
And here's LaVine after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. Another shot. Green with the block.
And there's the standout D of Green again. Excellent at utilizing his length to turn away shots.
Back to Curry and stolen by Mirotic. Holiday against Thompson. Kicks to Levine. Grant outside. Back to Levine. Holiday, a screen on Thompson. 5 to shoot. Levine passes to Mirotic. Here's Lopez. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
And the wide open shot from Green. The three-pointer, no good. Bulls trail by 21.
And for so long, the Bulls really were synonymous with the best defensive teams in the league. But as a team, they've started to slip the last few years. It's something that has been lost while this team kind of retools for the future.
Now here's Levine. He's got 9. And the shot falls short this time.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
And it used to be you could pencil in the Bulls as a top 10 defensive team by most metrics in any given year. But, Greg, the last few seasons, they've just been middle of the pack.
And, you know, over the history of this team, they've always been at their best when they played great defense. You go back to those Jordan years where they were marked by exceptional defense. This last group, led by Derrick Rose, similarly built on a defensive-minded philosophy. Let's just see if they get back to their roots with this new push. And he has not been on his game here. He is forcing a lot of shots, and the team is suffering because of it. It's time for him to focus on getting his teammates involved.
Markkanen, he's checked in for Lopez. And we take a look here at the shot chart for the Warriors.
Well, when you have a whole team that is locked in, this is what your shot chart looks like. They are moving the ball well and taking shots with confidence. When this team comes out and is knocking it down from all over like they are right now, they are one of the toughest in the league to beat.
Durant against Levine. Mirotic sets the screen for Levine. Grant outside. Outside Holiday. And again, Chicago. No good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
He's been off target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
Up the floor. And he misses the fast break layup. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They've got an 8-0 run. Curry dishes to Pachulia. The pass to Green. And Green slams it in.
That's just tenacity, you know. Every night, Draymond's going to give it everything he's got.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And finished off by Mirotic.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Picked by Pachulia. And Curry, here we go. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Curry's got 10.
Oh, that's just great instincts. Tremendous handle. Steph can take you any way he wants to off the drive.
Green against Mirotic. Mirotic the screen. Clock at 6. Here's the screen. Outside Holiday. Another miss by Holiday.
Well, look, his teammates are going to stop giving him the ball if he keeps taking shots like that.
Durant in the corner. No good that time. Good D by Holiday. Outside Levine. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Now here's Durant. 13 points in the game. Basket counts.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line. And the Warriors making a change here. Young's checked in.
Bulls have been very active in revamping this roster. A lot of trades and player movement. They were worried of becoming a treadmill team.
Now, here's Grant. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
He isn't getting it to fall from outside during this half after recording a 3 during the first.
Curry, good.
As everyone going one way, he pulls out the rug with a quick stop and pop.
Markkanen sets the pick for Levine. Dishes it to Markkanen. And Mirotic has it in the corner. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got 5 rebounds tonight. And then Durant with the dunk.
Then what is crazy is that it doesn't even look like it's hard for Durant out there. It's like he's bored with dismantling every defense he sees.
Chicago's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. It's stolen by Green. And Young kicks to Curry. Another 3 for Golden State.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
That's because he's finding his spots. No hesitation. You can sense his confidence.
Now, here's Grant. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Here's Young. Pass to Green. Back to Young. Shoots the 3. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Grant against Curry. Grant outside. Shot clock at 5. Here's Holiday. Bank shot, no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3. That's going to send Kevin Durant to the line. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic. The Warriors have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. West comes in for Green. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Nick Young. And it's Livingston in for Curry.
Well, and you hear about the Warriors having, an unfair amount of talent. I mean, there's a little bit of truth to that. This roster's stacked when you look at 2 MVPs that are heart and soul of guys like Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala. When you look at a sharpshooter like a Thompson, I mean, of course, those guys can play. But still, 4 All-Stars on the team has happened plenty of times in the past, but I would beg to differ that is, misleading because I don't know if the 4 players were individually as good as some of the guys on this team.
Chris, other teams with 4 All-Stars that you referred to, the Pistons in the mid-2000s and even more recently the 2014 Atlanta Hawks, still, the Warriors, 4 All-Stars, hard to match.
Yeah, and part of it is that for the Warriors, the 4 for the Warriors are all NBA-level talents. I mean, we're used to seeing 2, 3 megastars on the team, but 4 legit all-NBA-level players, that's rare, even from a historical perspective.
That free throw good from West. And Chris, you played during an era against a team that many consider the greatest of all time, that 96 Chicago Bulls team with Jordan and Pippen and a great roster. Just thinking back to that team during that second three-peat, what was it like when you were going up against that Bulls team?
It's so tough to play against that team. Jordan is arguably the best player that's ever, laced them up, and Pippen was so tough offensively and rebounding. Rodman as well on the boards, and then you had guys in a system that was, just really too much. It's hard to say. Of course, in my opinion, having played against them, they're the best team of all time. But Bill Russell once told me, ghosts can't play, so don't get caught up in comparing eras that you really can't prove it. So, yeah, of course, they're the best of all time to me, but it's fun watching these young kids play today. The floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
Outside Durant. Pass to Iguodala. 18 feet out. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got his second basket of the night.
And when he squares up, his height makes him a tough assignment.
Yeah, even when you get a hand up, it's hard to really affect his shot.
Here's Nwaba, looking for his first basket still in this one. They set the pick. Here's Dunn, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And let's check out some stats for McGee. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. He's right around 9 points a night, 9 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. Guys, he's a difference maker off the bench. Steps into that front court and more than holds his own.
Well, it's his willingness to bang down low or move opponents off the block. Those are valuable contributions.
No good on the free throw.
And one area of concern for Dunn, hitting his free throws with consistency, because he has the temperament to draw fouls.
Good on the second free throw. Now here's Durant. 21 points in the game. Pick by West. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. From deep. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. All right, we've got a bit of a break now, so here's a look at the league's best defenses. The Warriors, 4th.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
And Chicago shooting a pretty low, 34% thus far. Dunn kicks to Valentine. JaVale McGee grabs the miss. McGee's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Chicago grabs the miss. Markkanen's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Dunn passes to Markkanen. And the Bulls with another miss.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation of coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Livingston dishes to Iguodala. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Dunn kicks to Valentine. And there's the feed to Dunn. They set the pick. It's stolen by Livingston. And now Iguodala running the floor all by himself. And the slam dunk by Iguodala.
Oh, the long arms of Livingston. He just snatches the ball. I mean, he kick-starts the fast break.
And so here is Chicago. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Now, here's Dunn. Defense is right there. Out to the right wing. Nwaba passes to Valentine. 3 on the clock. Here's Nwaba. He's covered by Iguodala. Markkanen kicks to Portis. And it's sent back by West. Passes it to Portis. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Nwaba passes to Dunn. Here's Nwaba. Portis kicks to Dunn. Tries yet again. Rebounded by McGee. Golden State's gone to the 3-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Here's Durant. The shot's good on the assist by West. West has got his 3rd assist on the night.
He's taking over the game. Their lead's going to get even bigger if he keeps this up.
Dunn kicks to Portis. He feeds it to Valentine. Here's Markkanen, and Durant sends it back.
Well, you're not going to sneak that shot past Durant, not with the reach that he has.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
And Chicago has possession after the miss from Andre Iguodala. Here's Nwaba. He's covered by Livingston. Here's Nwaba looking for his first basket still in this one. And here's Livingston. The dish now to West. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
If you let him get that deep, this is what you can expect.
Yeah, well, with his toughness and skills in there, it's a rough problem to fix.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Warriors on top, opening up a huge gap. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Great start, fellas. Clay, your cutting is awesome. Your movement without the ball is brilliant. Great stuff.
Good to hear that. Complimenting the motion. Steve Kerr likes this offense and how it's running right now.
And when the players and the ball never seem to stop, it really prevents a defense from getting set and digging in.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. They've got Caspi. West is out there with Looney. Then there's Livingston. And it's McCaw in at the point. That's the Warriors 5. Chris, you look at the way the game is played now. We have seen some retired players say it is soft.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is soft when you look through their lens. That's true. But that's the way that the game is today. And so if you're a fan just coming to the game now, or, you know, if this is the game you love, you accept it and you keep moving on. As long as the fans love it, as long as the players are having fun with it. But definitely, compared to the 80s, to the 90s, there's no doubt about it that the game is soft as far as physical play. But at the same time, look what it's produced. It has allowed players to show the beauty of an offensive jump shot, of an offensive move, and also made defenders get that much better because you have to move laterally and can't use your hands to guard.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And what you have to love about Clay, I mean, perfect form on his shot, just so pretty from well beyond the arc.
Zipser, the pass to Felicio. Feeds it to Dunn from downtown. Hits it from three-point range.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defenses adjust, though.
McCaw kicks to Thompson. He dishes it to Caspi. They set the pick. Here's McCaw over Dunn, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. 17-foot shot on the way. And that one's good. Zipser. The Warriors shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Here's Looney to the middle. Here's West. Felicio with a rebound.
Hey, look, that's what they want. The ball is in his hands in the post. Just didn't have the touch that time.
Nwaba kicks to Pondexter. Chris, you see some of the rookies coming into the league. They need to put on more weight. They need to build up a little bit. And how aggressive saying that were you looking to add strength when you came into the NBA?
Well, I was fortunate that I already had an NBA-type body, so I really didn't need to try to bulk up for the NBA. You know, I really disagree that a lot of guys got to get stronger. Look at Kevin Durant. You know, we all know the famous story about how trainers laughed at him when he got to the league. The NBA is unique in that, do you have skill? Can you play? So, no, Curry doesn't need to put on 25 pounds of muscle. I think we've seen Durant doesn't need to put on 15 pounds of muscle. It's more about your game. It's more about your core and your balance. You'll pick up natural weight and natural strength as you go along. But how is your work ethic? Are you in the gym? Are you lifting? Are you working out? Are you getting stronger? That's great. But you don't have to necessarily try to become bigger and stronger. Just try to make sure you have game. That's most important.
And there's the pass to Zipser to the left side wing. Pondexter with it. Looney on him. A nice shot by Pondexter.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Here's West. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Dunn kicks to Nwaba. Dishes it to Dunn. There's the pick. Chris, as we all know, you grew up in the Detroit area. It's a town that has seen glory days and hard times. Talk about what it means to you to come from Detroit and what you see in the future for the Motor City.
Well, it means everything to me to be a Detroiter. I think that's what made me successful in my career, is that I took on the heart of the city and the fact that it's a hard-hat town, a blue-collar town, and you have to earn your keep and you have to wish positive for the future. And so it's been great coming from there, and with hard times being from there, you know that we're resilient, and so it's great to see positive energy enter back into the city. It's great to see the Pistons playing the city for the first time in over 20 years, and so I see the future is bright for Detroit because Detroiters are always there, and as long as we have the people, everything else will be great.
You and I broadcast the last game in the Palace, and I'm wondering what you think the impact will be with the Pistons, as you just talked about, in their brand new building.
I think the impact would be great, but for fans. You know, when I was younger, I wanted to see the city. I wanted to see our team play. And I only lived a few miles from downtown, but about 30 or 40 miles from the Palace. And so I'm happy that the kids that supported the team, that dreams about being a Piston one day, I'm glad they finally get to go to a game. I'm glad that Detroit finally gets to really call the Pistons their own. What is it going to do? It's going to infuse positivity. And so hopefully for everyone, it's a positive environment.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Young's checked in for Golden State. Chicago also making some changes. Lopez comes in for David Nwaba, and it's Jaren Grant in for Chris Dunn. Golden State's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. McCaw, the pass to Young. To the wing on the left. From deep. Rebound by the Bulls. Felicio's got his third rebound on the night. Grant outside. They set the screen. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Solid pick to create that opening. The soft touch on the jumper.
Warriors have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. McCaw kicks to Caspi. On the wing, Thompson. This one for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Thompson's got 10 points in the quarter.
Oh, that's just a good decision right there by Clay. Gets a little space, takes it himself.
Pass to Felicio. Here's Zipser. Screened by Grant. Three-pointer, Pondexter. McCaw grabs the miss. Golden State's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Well, the league has begun a program to crunch the numbers and learn how to reduce player injuries. It's just getting started, but Chris, exciting to think that we'd be able to cut down on that part of the game.
Oh, yeah, you're talking to a guy that suffered injuries most of my career. I'm glad that we have more information now as far as, looking on the bench, you have player tracking cameras, the nutrition. You have more research and flexibility and strength, and so now it can all be measured. And as long as the player-doctor relationship is kept in privacy, I think it'll make a big difference.
Screen by Young. No good from McCaw.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Grant gets a wide open look. No good on the triple. The Warriors have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Now Caspi. Screen by Young. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That's foul number 2 for him.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Looney. Here's McCaw. He kicks to Thompson. Pulls from the top of the key, and the shot falls short this time.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
But sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Rejected by Young. Kicks to Casper. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
And Caspi is just a nuisance to guard for many reasons, including his ability to get big down low and come away with the easy bucket.
Well, I think Omri Caspi has been underappreciated and didn't play much for the Kings last season. Waived by the Pelicans after injuring that thumb, and hard to figure because he can give you quality minutes.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for the Warriors.
One shot. One shot.
The free throw is off from Caspi. And Greg Caspi, an excellent rebounder and a pretty good three-point shooter.
Versatile, he can play either forward position, and his shooting and toughness makes him a great acquisition.
Grant with the ball. Pass to Pondexter. 5 on the clock. Shot to stop the drought.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
His shot hasn't been going in, and they will probably have to look for someone else to step up and provide for him.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Yeah, but you have to control the pace. You have to keep it up, keep the tempo. That's how they built this lead.
He used that pick to perfection. And that's now 10 points for Denzel Valentine.
In that first half, guys, they didn't shoot nearly as many threes as they have here in the second, trying to use that shot to stay in the game.
And Young kicks to Iguodala. From deep, and Omri Caspi with the three.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Now here's Valentine. There's the pick. The floater. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that. When he gets the separation he needs, I know he would love to have that one back.
Young outside. Passes to McCaw. Shoots. They get it again, and stolen by Valentine. And it's Grant in the corner. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Grant's got 4 points this quarter.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Iguodala, the pass to McCaw. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. As you look at the league right now, how different would you say it is from when you played? And if there are a lot of differences, do you like the changes?
The NBA is much different from when I played. When I played, if you shot a jumper from the 15-foot range free throw line, they criticize you as a big fella. Now you have to be able to space the floor. If you were a big fella and led the break back then, they criticize you. Now you have a guy like Durant who is 6'11". So the game has changed from rules. It was so much more physical at the time. It was a slower pace. But, you know, that was then. I love the way that the game is now. I love that players have more freedom. I love that the pace is faster. You don't have to look back at your coach to have a play called every time. The trust is put in these players' skill sets. And so I love it, man. Anytime you can see Harden go to work, Durant go to work, Curry go to work, Westbrook go to work, LeBron go to work, Irving go to work, and just watch them play in an open offense, man, it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, I like the changes, and it was fun when I played as well.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for JaVale McGee, and it's Livingston in for Nick Young. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Chicago's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Lopez outside, shoots from 14. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. The Warriors shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. Here's Iguodala. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And there's a minute 45 left in the game. Pondexter, no good.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, the scoring, I mean, it's not coming easy for him. You have to get into a little rhythm, but that's when you can make the extra pass. Play the role of the facilitator.
Livingston, and he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Kevin Durant.
Well, he had a hand in just about everything they did tonight. I mean, he just didn't take a single possession off on either end. He was the complete package.
There's a good screen. McCaw kicks to Livingston. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. .26 seconds left in the fourth. And here is Grant. A floater. It's tipped. Now Livingston. Now the feed to Iguodala. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Steph, you guys were down. How did you get back, and what did you do to spark your team?
I don't know, just be aggressive. That's all we do. Shots are going to fall. As long as we got defensive stops and kept ourselves in the game, that we have enough talent on this team to turn the tide. So it says a lot about who we are and what our mission is this year.
Great win, Steph. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.